Live from Go Theater in Broken Arrow, it's UnloadingMeat Presents. Tonight, we welcome Bailey Mickle, Rachel Rose, Cepeda Cheeks, Zach Damon, and your host, Jared Ralphie Allen.
Thank you so much for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out to this theater tonight. That was nice. That was a nice extended applause break. I really liked that. That was like a little button I just pressed and instantly applause. Let's try that again. Can I get some applause break for you guys? Now I officially unloaded my meat. Welcome to the show, guys. This is the first one of 2024. I am Jared Ralphie Allen. Are you guys ready for a great night of stand-up comedy? I think you guys are. Can I hear it one more time? Are you guys ready for a great night of stand-up comedy? Woo! Now, our first comedian of the night, man, what can I say about this guy that hasn't been said about the movie Space Jam? Nobody got that reference. Yeah, I was making fun of Michael Jordan. Fuck him. Anyway, this guy's a great friend of mine. Give it up for the one, the only, Cepeda Cheeks!
What's going on, y'all? How we doing? Woo! Yeah, we in the movie theater with it, ain't we? Yeah, they had Iron Man 2 on this screen a couple years ago. Now we're here telling jokes, comedy. How you doing, sir? You here by yourself? You looked around. Yeah. I'm about to say, is there other people here with you that we can't see? You see people or something, do you? I hear you. Hey. Make sure you take your medicine. How y'all doing? I'm Cepeda Cheeks. Nice to meet all of y'all. Cepeda Cheeks Jr. I done heard all the jokes about it growing up. Like, cheeks like the butt, right? Every time my name said, I get sexually harassed. Like butts, right? I'm like, yeah. I used to hate my name, but I've grown to love it. But I'm worried having this name because I want to get married one day. I want to get married. I want to settle down. But I feel like asking a woman to be Mrs. Cheeks is demanding. I feel like that's a lot. Mrs. Cheeks. Ain't that a goofy request? Sounds like a porn star name. Type of Mrs. Cheeks on a porn site. You'll find a good video. I did it once. I didn't want to watch it because I was scared we was related. I was like, that's Cuzzle right there getting fucked. I don't want to watch that. No. And plus, like, what if my soulmate, the woman that I really fall in love with, what if she doesn't have, like, a big butt? Then she's a contradiction. She's an oxymoron. Now I got to buy her an engagement ring and a BBL. Those are huge purchases. I feel like that's a good investment, though, isn't it? Like, buy your lady a butt. But the thing is, though, if you leave me, I'm finna ask for the booty back. I need the ass back. I'm gonna feel insecure you out here messing with other men with the booty I purchased. I'm still making payments on it, bitch. Give it back. It's insured by me. I'm gonna install a self-destruct function on it. You ain't finna. Cause think about it, man. He ain't beating your cheeks, bitch. He's beating mine. Give him back. Give him back. I bought that for you. I'd give it to my new girlfriend. Ladies, could you imagine your old booty on a new woman? It used to be mine. It looked better on me. Well, you fucked up. Used to be Mrs. Cheeks. Now you're missing cheeks, bitch. They're gone. They're on my new lady. You're missing cheeks and you're missing cheeks. I used to be in the Army, too. I was in the Army for 7 years. And at one point, I was Sergeant Cheeks. And that's hard to demand respect. That's hard to lay down the law. Hey, y'all, Sergeant Cheeks is coming. Motherfuckers is giggling. That was insulting to me. It used to piss me off. I only worked hard to be a sergeant because I was Private Cheeks at first. And that's even worse. Imagine if I stayed in, really worked hard, became Major Cheeks. Ain't that? Ugh. People like to ask me a lot, like, what made you join the Army, man? What made you get in? You love America, man? You a patriot? I was like, not really, man. I don't love this country nearly as much as I hated being poor. I was poor growing up. That's what led me to the Army. They was giving checks out. I was 18, fresh out of high school when I went. I grew up on EBT, so we had to get creative with dinner. Y'all ever have a bread sandwich? It's 2 pieces of bread, right? And then it's air in the middle. It is delicious. It is a delicacy. And, you know, for dessert, I'm like, Dad, I want some dessert. He would tell us to go to bed. We go to bed. You go to sleep. That's dessert. Told my dad I was tired of bread sandwiches. He said, you can call it a bread burger. It's change of pace. I said, word. Plus, I grew up real dangerous neighborhood, a lot of gang violence. So I was like, I'm going to join the Army to get out the hood. First place they sent me was Fort Hood, Texas. They sent me to the Army's ghetto. I said, what is this? I said, if I knew serving was going to lead me to the hood, I'd have served crack. I would have beat the middleman. What's going on here? Yeah, they sent me to Fort. Y'all ever see on the news what's going on in Fort Hood? People disappearing, dying. I was there, like right when all this stuff was going on. And you see that they changed the name of it to Fort Cavazos. Like that's going to erase the murders that happened. People still died there, Fort Hood. That's like when somebody gets shot at the club and they change the name of it, so when people Google it up, it don't pop up. Like, we know the truth. I done got out the Army. I came back to Tulsa, and now weed is legal here now, guys. This is crazy. Because when I left, weed was super illegal. And now, it used to be called drugs. Now it's called medicine. Now it's medicine. Medicine. People got their medical card and no health insurance nowadays. Ain't that crazy? They get the flu and hit the blunt. I said, you need antibiotics, brother. What is going on? They call this medicine. I miss when they did call it drugs. I felt like I enjoyed it more back then. This new weed is mainstream. Everybody's doing it. I don't like that. I like the rush. I like the rush of doing something illegal. I want to try crack, but then, you know, Reagan would win, so I can't let that happen. This new weed, man, it's crazy, though. People treat weed like charcuterie now, man. You go in people's houses, they got little pre-rolls on the table. They got a bong right there. It's like, brother, I'm here for Bible study. What's going on? What's happening? Makes you wonder, too, like, what's next to get legalized? Because Oklahoma don't just legalize anything. It makes you wonder what's next. I think it's prostitution next. I think prostitution, woo, woo, yeah, I'm ready to buy pussy, yeah. Won't that be crazy? You go to a drive-through brothel, suck a titty through the window. Off to work. Oh, before I go, throw 2 pussy pre-rolls in here and let me get on my way. I want the good stuff. Top shelf. I want it ovulating. Yeah, I know that. I know the lady parts. You know. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want like the strong stuff. You know, I'm scared I get addicted. I want the Reggie or just a woman named Regina. I don't want that strong stuff. Because what if I do become an addict? What do addicts do? Addicts steal. They pawn their stuff so to support their habit. People getting to the point they sucking dick to be able to afford to buy pussy. Won't that be crazy? No. And I would never use my card neither. I would only buy it with cash. I can't have that popping up on my bank statement. I spent $47 at Perry's Pussy Emporium. My wife would kill me. No, I'm a single man. Any single people here in Geaux Laugh? Woo! Yeah, we're alone. I know why I'm alone, though. I know my issue. I'm broke. That's why I'm alone. I am broke. I hear dudes who take women out, they get scared. I'm scared I'm going to get with a woman that's using me for my money. I've never had that fear. I'm actually immune to gold diggers. I'll never encounter that problem. I'm waiting for the day. I'm looking forward to a woman using me for my money. I'm like an amputee wishing for an athlete's foot. I want that problem. Yeah, y'all ever been so broke you turned asexual? You don't even want nobody in your life? The time I took trying to court this lady, I could have learned how to cook crack and changed my life. I could have built something. Talking about you want to give me some pussy. Bitch, the fiends need me. That's who needs me most. What's going on? It's crazy out here too, man, trying to date. Trying to date when you ain't got no funds like that. The other day I was with a lady. She tried to tell me, this pussy is yours. I said, oh yeah, how about the guest bedroom? I'm late on rent. I need somewhere to stay. What you mean? I took a lady on a date once, and the amount on the bill was more than the amount in my account. And I panicked because, you know, nothing ruins the vibes of a date more than a declined debit card. That will... Y'all ever call the bank knowing you ain't got the money, but like, why ain't my card working, huh? What's wrong with my card? Sir, insufficient funds is what's wrong with the card. Fix it. Fix it. I know what's wrong with this damn card. It's the possessor. They saying it's new year, new me. I'm ready for the new me, man. I'm sick of the original version. This dude's broke. I need change. And every lady in here done dated a broke dude before. Ladies, you ever been to a dude house? He don't got no pillows on his bed? Got you sleeping on your hands? You ever been to a dude house? He got one bowl, one plate, one spoon, one fork. If he cook for you, he can't make seconds. You got to do dishes all over again. Men real minimal about their hygiene, ain't they? Men take minimal steps. There's a dude in here right now that use 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. Wondering why he got dandruff. It's because you sham dishing in your scalp. That's why. You're nasty. You're gross. There's a dude in here who don't wash his legs in the shower. Just pits and nuts. That's it. He got 2001 dirt on his calf right now. He got that Nickelback dirt. Never made it as a wise man. Dirt on his calf right now. He got that 50 Cent in the club dirt on his calf right now. Ladies, you gotta watch your man. Look at your man. Make sure he's taking care of his hygiene. Check his fingernails before you let him finger you. He give you coochie mesothelioma. You don't want that. Make sure the fingernails clean. And make sure he flosses before he give you head, before he give you pussy gingivitis. You don't want that. Now the OBGYN and the dentist got to team up to treat you. You don't want that. You don't want that. If you want to test him, this is what you do. Lick the back of your napkin right now and wipe his neck. Right now. Do it. Ma'am, you just got... So this your man? No. Whoa. I hope y'all ain't ride together because you the walked home fucking with me. It's cold out. Nah, I'm kidding. So y'all friends? Yeah. How long y'all been? So y'all like 2-minute friends? Those the best kind of friends. Oh, so y'all just met today, just now, at this show. I get it now. That's swinger talk. They're swingers. I'm just kidding. Doing comedy, man, I encounter swingers a lot, man. I did a show and you know, in Cleveland, they don't see a lot of people like me. So this couple come up to me and said, "We don't see a lot of you around here. Is it true what they say about y'all?" And I said, "Yes, it is true. My credit is terrible. It is awful. It is atrocious." What y'all doing over here? Oh, you put the glow stick in your ear? You know, that's what the glow stick's to get a drink? Oh, really? I just scream out, "Can I get a drink?" And I'm more direct with mine. I feel it. What you drinking? Old fashioned. You know, I like tequila, but my problem with tequila is all the tequilas have these masculine names, and like tequila be messing up my throat, but it's weird when I say, "Man, that Don Julio messed my mouth up." Man, I want more feminine names with my tequila. I'm happy to be here with y'all, though, man. Happy to be doing comedy. Because early today, I had an issue. I ran into this older lady, and she had a purse on her arm. We were walking, and when I walked past her, she did this. She snatched her. She pulled that number, right? Try to guard her bag. And I was offended. It really hurt my feelings. Not because she thought I was going to take her purse, but because she thought that's all it's going to take to stop me from stealing her purse if I wanted it. I said, "Woman, I'm in the prime of my life right now. You got knees from the Jim Crow era. I would fuck you up about that bag. I would slam you on your neck for that bag." I'm not a thief. I swear I'm not. But I felt challenged in that moment. Does she think I couldn't get it? Like, I'll get it right now. I wanted to like take the bag, but give her possessions back to teach her a lesson. You know, like, "Hey, we don't do attempts here, lady. We get the job done." You can't underestimate me and fear me. You got to pick one form of ignorance. You can think I'm a thief. Don't ever think I'm a bitch. Like, I get that bag. I wanted to, like, you know, take it home, take pictures of it, tag her grandkids. I'm like, come get granny purse back, pussy. Yeah, now I got pictures of them in my wallet. Yeah, your granny fucked up. Your granny fucked up. Guard your bags. No, I'm just kidding. No. No, I don't do that. Not anymore. I'm gonna tell one more. I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. Yeah, when I was in the Army, man, they sent me to Poland. They sent me to Poland for a rotation. And when I was in Poland, the World Cup was going on. And the World Cup is way bigger in Europe than any sport we have here, period. Like, we got Sooners fans in here. Think about how much you love the Sooners. I don't compare to shit to they football. And they had just lost the qualifier. So we are in the midst of a riot, a European World Cup riot. And this European man, Polish man, comes to one of our friends and taps her on the butt. And we do what any diplomatic group of U.S. soldiers would do in that situation, and we beat the shit out of him. We fucked him up. We fucked that man up. We took turns beating his ass. But then we forgot that we're a group of U.S. American troops in a different country beating up their nationals. We just committed a war crime. We are going to prison. Police get out there, and the police get out there, and you know, European police don't have guns, so we didn't respect them at all. I was like, I'll go to your president and slap him right now. What you gonna do? Thank you. I'm Cepeda Cheeks.
Keep it going for Cepeda Cheeks. I love Cepeda, man. Did you have a good time?
I did. I love Cepeda too. He's great.
Dude, I'm loving this outfit. What's with the white stripe? Is that like the one white part of you that has like low stamina or something?
Oh, this white represents my bitches. No, I'm just kidding. No.
So it's Cepeda, right?
Cepeda, yes.
Can you spell that for the audience?
Cepeda.
That's awesome. I originally thought it was cicada, and I was like, that makes sense because his dad left 17 years ago.
You know what else left? Your insulin resistance.
I know. Too soon. Give it up for everybody for saying Cepeda Cheeks.
Greetings. And Wakanda forever. Yeah, it's just me. It's Jared Ralphie Allen. Before you get all mad, it's not appropriation. It was on clearance. Hold on, one second. Well, this is awkward. What do you want me to do? Screw it. March 15th, Go Theater, 7 p.m. doors open, 8 p.m. show. We have an awesome lineup for the next UnloadingMeat Presents. Lazy Rains, Mauricio Flores, Juju Rashad, and headlining will be Garrett Barbie. Don't want to miss this event. Tickets go on sale this weekend. God, when did this what was on sale? Did he die in this thing? Jesus.
I'm sorry, you got so much meat in your body. You're nerdy, your tattoos make you look fugly.
Our next comedian, man, I love this guy. He's one of my closest friends in the scene. Both by name and overall demeanor, he looks like an assistant manager at a methadone clinic. Give it up to one, the only, Bailey Mickle. I don't even know what it means, but it is what it is. What it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading 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 the meat.
Hello. Are you guys all having a super jolly good one? Fuck yeah. I too am having a super jolly good one. KFC and Taco Bell both have their own flavors of Mountain Dew. I think Arby's should get their own flavor and call it Beefy Blast. When I was younger, I was told that I kind of looked like Kurt Cobain and Kid Rock, depending on the type of person that I was talking to. And Kurt Cobain and Kid Rock do look similar if Kurt had chosen meth instead of Courtney Love's heart-shaped box. Do you guys have any friends that you know really well online and offline, and online they're totally different people? It's like personality brought to you by Twitter Articulate, and it's brought to you by Chat GPT. I have a friend who anamorphizes animals. I go over to his house, and he's like, "Oh, my dog's smiling at you." No, he's showing his teeth. He's growling. He wants to eat me. I have another friend who has a pet snake, and I go over to her house, and she's like, "Oh, look at my snake. He's cuddling with me." No, he's trying to constrict you. He's sizing you up. He wants to eat you. I've got another friend who likes to push her cat around in a stroller and call it her kid. You can't push pussies past your pussy. That's not your kid. It all started after I Googled stuffing mules with snowballs. I guess it's bestiality. I didn't know that snowballing mules was swapping your cum back and forth in its mouth. I thought it was turning him into reindeer. Yeah. So I found out recently that birds aren't real, so I'm going to have a talk with my neighbor because I've got shit on my car constantly. Birds also aren't reals. You can't use them to pull your fish in when you're fishing. And birds aren't reals. You can't scroll through them on Instagram. And birds aren't ill. The bird flu is likely manufactured by the government. That's not true, but I've said birds aren't real so many times that the surveillance devices that you're all carrying, your cell phones, are going to have ads now. You're welcome. I went over to my buddy's house the other day, and he was like, "Hey, make sure you use a coaster." I was like, "Motherfucker, we're in a landlocked state. There's no coast here." So have you guys ever been to a pool in a poverty-stricken neighborhood? You know, poor people pools. Poor people pools are way different than wealthy people pools because at poor people pools, you've always got parents fucking their kids up with pool noodles. They're only $1. And at wealthy people pools, you've got parents talking about their iPhones and their hairdressers while their children are playing. It's interesting to watch children drown while their parents are distracted by capitalism. Have you guys heard of smurfing? It's a young people term that I don't quite understand. But whenever I saw it, it was at a gaming lounge, and it was in big letters on the wall. It said, "No smurfing." So I guess blue lives don't matter there? I guess they don't care about what Gargamel eats or turns to gold? Like I said, it's a young people term, and I may look young, but the Army prematurely aged me by shacking me up near a porta potty when I was in Afghanistan. Which now I have Pavlovian reactions every time I'm near a porta. So when you ring the bell, the dog starts to salivate because he thinks food is coming. And when I see porta potties, I am coming. It kind of reminds me of the snake lady I used to date. And I don't call her that because she was evil or conniving. She really knew how to handle snakes. She broke up with me because I'm boring, which is understandable, but I would have built her reptilian ass a human-sized terrarium. Electric bill be damned. She could have laid her eggs in a porta potty, and I would have followed her in and fertilized them. Or however snakes reproduce. I don't think it's that, but I'm not that kind of doctor. I am a doctor, however. I got a doctorate in generic studies. It took about $5, 15 minutes, and a brief questionnaire. I bet you guys feel silly about your student loans now. So after she broke up with me, I got on the highway, and I'm driving, and I noticed this individual had been following me for about 20 minutes. So I got over into the other lane and tricked him into passing me, and I followed him home. I sat outside of his house for a few days. I checked his mail. The woman living with him has a different last name. They're living in sin. And I know they're fucking, because I watched through the window. And I wasn't the only one watching. They had a toddler in the room, which me personally, I wouldn't fuck in front of a toddler. But I assume it's the same principle as fucking in front of people with Alzheimer's. They won't remember, so it's okay. I followed this guy to work the next day, and he works at an elementary school, which is a strange place to work if you're fucking in front of toddlers. And my cover was blown because all of the children outside were doing the arm pump, which is a universal sign for honking your horn, so I did. I was like, beep, beep, and they all lost their fucking minds. So my cover was blown, so I stopped following this guy, and I started continuing on my drive home. Have you guys ever been to Claremore? Yeah. Fuck yeah. Claremore's wild. Claremore has roads, and these roads have names like Patty Page, Lynn Riggs, Will Rogers. And Claremore did them dirty by putting railways on these roads. So Patty Page, Lynn Riggs, Will Rogers have trains being ran on them constantly. It causes congestion. Normally, trains release buildup. Not these trains. They cause a lot of buildup. So after this train finally passes, I go over the railway and I have to urinate, so I stop at this gas station and I go in, and I felt discriminated against because the bathroom had a sign up that said, "This is not a masturbation station." Then why the fuck does it smell like a porta potty? So I'm in there masturbating as one does, and there's a glory hole next to me, and this individual decides to use the glory hole. And I don't normally go for this sort of thing, but I needed the money. So I grabbed a hold of his tallywhacker, and I pulled out my handy-dandy cigar cutter. And I was like, "Drop your wallet, buddy. This is a robbery or a circumcision. The choice is yours." He chose robbery, so... Drinks tonight, fuck yeah. Make sure you tip your bar staff and pick up some drinks because they're delicious and the bar staff is lovely. So after I've left this masturbation station, I need a little bit more money, so I decide to DoorDash. So I get on DoorDash, and I get my first order is to this place called Three Natives. So I get in there, and there are 3 white women working. They must be Elizabeth Warren-style natives. It reminds me of when I go to Captain D's, and I walk in, and the person behind the counter is not just a giant cock with an eye patch over its spitting eye and a little bird to take my order, like pirates have. Or when I go to Burger King, and it's not a big, juicy burger behind the counter with a little bit of mustard dripping out, just the way I like it. It reminds me of this sandwich shop that I go to frequently. I always ask for a wee bit of mustard, and these motherfuckers always turn my sandwich into the Yellow Submarine. And if I complain, then I become a Karen, so I just have to accept this Simpsons dick sandwich. I still put it in my mouth, though. It's okay. I used to work in a haunted house. I worked in the one that Gene had this year. It was really cool. If you guys didn't go through, you should go through when it comes around next year. It kind of reminded me of my childhood, though, because I sat in this dark room. And it was pretty quiet in my room, but I could hear people screaming in the rooms near me. And then when people came into my room, there was complete silence because I don't exist, just like my childhood. Coffee grounds are a strange thing to me because ground is hard and coffee grounds are soft. So I think they should call them soft coffee sands because sand is delicious. That made so much more sense in my mind. I'm pretty sure I'm cursed. I feel like I've been cursed for like 10 years or so. It all started after I went down on this old lady who had been near my house since the 50s. My parents warned me about digging up graves, but I didn't stop them. Or I didn't listen, and now I've got Queef Cunt's curse. Oh, man. Hey, it's unloading meat. That's what we're doing here, so. Okay, so I felt like I could have been a cop in a past life because I really fuck with donuts and I'm so resentful about being bullied in high school. Sometimes I try to bring donuts to my friends at D&D, but they're feverishly frightened of my formidable glaze. They can't believe it's not Bailey's butter. And that's about my time, folks.
Keep it going for Bailey!
Thank you.
I love you, man. You did good.
Okay.
High Yeah, don't leave me hanging, man.
I'm sorry.
No, you did good, man. You did good.
I appreciate it.
How long you been in the scene, Bailey? How long you been doing comedy?
My first day doing comedy was May 16th of 2023.
So less than a year?
Yes, sir.
Keep it going for Bailey, everybody. He's been doing great.
Thank you, guys. You guys are real sweet.
Are you guys having a good time? You guys having fun? Right now, we have a special presentation for you guys. Just a short little video we're going to play, and then we're going to do a brief intermission for about 10 minutes. So you guys can get some drinks, get some food, go smoke outside for a little bit. So, JK in the booth, could we have that special presentation, please?
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the emptiness that you fear. You were pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find
So beautiful.
some comfort.
He's single, can you believe it?
Hi, I'm Jared Ralphie Allen.
That's me.
Will you be an angel for a helpless podcaster? Every day, innocent podcasters are looking for sponsors, and they're crying out for help. Please, right now, there's a podcaster that needs for as little as a cup of coffee a day.
It's true.
You
It's
rescue
true.
this fat ass from poverty with paid ads running through his podcast and shows. Contact us at unloadingmeat@gmail.com. And with your sponsorship, you'll receive this welcome kit with a photo of the podcaster who has been given a second chance, thanks to you.
You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here.
Your sponsorship says, "Hey asshole, say the name of my company. Please contact right now."
It's a good cause, guys. Our next comedian of the night, man, she is a great friend of mine. She actually gave me these earrings tonight because I said I want some native jewelry. And do you guys like them? You guys like these little stars? Yeah, because I'm the star of this fucking night. No, I'm not. I'm not even doing a fucking set. No ego at all, just fat. Give it up for the one, the only, Rachel Rose!
Hey. Damn, I almost knocked this thing over. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's Friday. How many of y'all got 9-to-5 jobs? 2 of us, 3? How y'all hanging in there? Man, oh, shit. I work 9 to 5. Well, no, okay, that's white man terms. I'm gonna go native terms. 8:15, 8:20 to about 3:30 every other day. No, I'm teasing. And I hate it. I hate every minute of it. No. My eye starts twitching by 1 o'clock, and I'm like, this is either I take a nap time or I go take a shot time. Because working for natives, you can do that. But I've been doing this for about a year, and it's been really good therapy because I work so much, I don't have time to take off to go and make an appointment to go see my therapist. So I just talk to y'all. This motherfucker keeps going down. I'll be like, shit. I do that because I'm nervous. Anybody else get nervous in crowds? What do you do whenever you feel that way? Where do you I just take myself out of there and I'm in a different place? Or do you get gassy? I get gassy. And it's a real thing. I get nervous and then I fart. I hate it. I have no control. The older I get, the more I realize I don't have control over everything like I thought I did. What comes out of my body is one of them. It's a fact of nature. But I had my first tooth pulled, my first big person adult tooth pulled. It's in the back. It's in the back. And it's weird because, you know, I'm like, I thought I took care of my teeth. And no, I didn't. But I had this medical emergency, right? Y'all have a toothache. Everybody's had a toothache in here, right? You know how it's fucking just, it's crucial time, you know, in between going to the dentist or not, you know, choice is yours. But anyways, I had this fucking painful ass tooth problem. And I'm at my house and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta find a place, an emergency dental place that's gonna take me. Cause I'm all like, oh, I work now. I got insurance. I don't need IHS. If y'all don't know what IHS, that's Indian Health Services. And it's not a service. It's a guessing game. So I'm all thinking I'm better than everybody. I'm like, I'm gonna pick any dental place I want. And I did. And I was like, it's over here on the east side. I have really no idea what's up with the east side of Tulsa, but I do now. So I go in there and I'm like, I have this pain. Oh my gosh. You know, they're like, come in. Okay, it's okay. You come in. And I was like, that's a unique accent. It was kind of, you know, Spanish and Eastern. I don't know. And so I go down there and I'm like, oh God, my jaw is like swollen, like seriously swollen. It's like gingivitis gone wrong. It's terrible. And I was like, I need to see somebody right now. And they're like, okay, yeah, no problem. So they get me in pretty quick, which I'm really thankful for. And I go back and I'm like, just like in pain, but I start to notice and hear all the screams. Everybody's screaming. What do you do? Do you run? Do you scream too? I don't know. And I was like, okay, this is fine. Everybody's just got a bad tooth day. Okay, it's all right. No, I get in, I sit down, get all comfortable, try to. And my little dental assistant, she comes in. She's all busy too. She's like, I hear this. I got this clipboard. Blah, blah. You're going to just move this stuff around, you know? And I'm like, are you really doing anything? Because you're just fucking annoying me. You know, she was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain like? And I was like, 10. It's a 10, damn it. It's a 10. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I wouldn't know what that feels like because I've never had a toothache. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You tell me you ain't got no damn toothache. Where's your teeth at? Let me see. And I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. You know, you don't have a toothache. You can go kick yourself in the face real quick. But she was getting me all set up. And so I start to notice all of these people are screaming in their rooms. And I kind of like, you know how you get your spidey senses and you're thinking, oh yeah, there's like probably 20 rooms down this way, 20 back this way, you know, but you really don't know. I just felt like there was like 40 fucking people and they're crying around, screaming. And I'm like, what am I doing? But in the meantime, out of the corner of my eye, as I'm laying there looking up at little Finding Nemo and Dory and all that, you know, I see this thing just going by real fast, just here, you know, squeaking. And I kind of look and I see him go by again. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is that? It's like a medical cart? What is that? No, and then he comes back. The guy comes back and he's like, heard you got a toothache. I was like, oh, you must be the dentist. No. He was like, no, I'm your gynecologist, you know. He comes in and he's still on the chair and he just kind of scoots in and everything, you know. And I'm like, oh, God, okay. So I get a good look at him. And this fool has crumbs all over his face. And he's got like what I can only hope is a ketchup and mayonnaise stain on his shirt. I can only hope. He looked like he just came out of Bangkok or LAX, something, JFK somewhere. And I was like, ugh. He was like, what's going on here? What do you got? You know, you all right? And I was like, who are you? And I'm, my mouth's all big. He's like, let me take a look in there. He's like, oh yeah, that thing's got to go. And I was like, well, get it the fuck out, man. Whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do. No. I like doing that for some weird reason. I got to put this up here like this because it requires me to show you with two hands. Okay, I'm just teasing. So anyways, he's like, all right, no problem. I'm going to numb you up. And I was like, whatever you got to give it to me. I don't care. And he's, numbing me. But he kind of like gets somewhere that I don't know quite really where it was, but he poked somewhere that he shouldn't have probably poked. Because I was like, it's the wrong side. It's like, I'm feeling numb everywhere. It was the weirdest thing. It was like a little, acupuncture. And I'll get into that next. But here he is. He's like, you're going to feel a little pressure. I was like, okay, I know what pressure is. He's over there just. And it was weird because I was like, why is your crotch right here? And he's over here. And I'm like, I know my little old tooth is not that fucking hard to get out. But it was weird because I just kept feeling like, I was like, oh my God, his balls are going to hit my face. Ew. We've all had them in our face. And, we all know nobody wants to be on the other end of that. But that's what it felt like. And then I felt like I smelled a little ball. Y'all know what balls smell like. It's not pretty. It's like, because I couldn't really breathe through my mouth because it was all open. So everything came in through the nostril, the old sensory factory. And I was like, oh my God. And then it was just so weird because, it's really, okay, I'm going to be honest with y'all. When a motherfucker like this by your head, what do you start really doing? You just kind of go with it. And I was like, wait, what am I doing? I'm over here getting my tooth pulled. Fuck. Quit moving like that, sir. Gentlemen. I don't know what you got. Damn. So anyways, they pull it out. Woohoo, save the day. Well, in the meantime, they gave me laughing gas. Nitrous oxide. That's how everything sounded. And I call my man and I'm like, he's like, where are you at? He's like, is this Rachel? He's like, I'm on my way. Thank you, Jesus. Because I was like, where am I? We partying or what? Because I like to party. But anyways, so yeah, I had the worst experience. And then I realized after I came to my senses, I'm looking at all the reviews on where I went. And I was like, this is the only time I'll ever regret not going to Indian Health Services. Only time. I was like, I ain't kind of trying to brag about having insurance anymore. But how's everybody doing tonight? God. Oh my God. It is a shit-covered turd and almonds. I don't really know what that means anything, but it sounds funny. I've been trying to learn how to sound country. I guess res and country are kind of the same, but then you got hillbilly. And I kind of want to mix them all up because I'm really kind of part all of them. I'm res, I'm country, and I'm hillbilly. And a lot of my hillbilly folks do not believe me when I tell them I'm part hillbilly. And they're like, you ain't getting that B with my res. I'm like, I am, I'll show you. But I'm Native, American Indian, and Indigenous. He's damn, brother. Supposed to sound proud. Supposed to sound strong. He's that's how I sound sometimes too, myself, when I'm hurt and I'm like, that's some wolves. No, Jesus. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I'm Native American. Yeah. That's the new code. Yeah. So I am 5 registered tribes, and not none of them are civilized. I missed out. Damn it. I don't know. Yeah, no, and so it's crazy because, you know, I have a lot of family on both sides. You know, my mom, she had over 200 first cousins. I'm like, what the fuck? How nasty was great grandma? No. She, poor thing. Damn. She had 15 kids. I got 3 and I was ready to call it quits. I was like, you can go ahead, shoot me in the head, because I can't do this no more. No. She was a very strong woman, very little, tiny woman. And I'm like, how do you, you know, be still so small and have all these children? Like, crack back then? I don't know. But no, I tried doing crack and it didn't work. I'm still big. All this hides it. I was like, what kind of shit, man? Okay, yeah. I'm Native, but I'm white. Yes. Damn, I'm white. I don't care what anybody says. I like it. I pay my bills on time. Half the time. I'm like, you can expect payment whenever fuck you want. But then other times I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Would you like me to pay in advance? It's weird. I fight with myself a lot, but I have first cousins that are blonde hair and blue eyed. And it's so crazy because, like, when I come in, you know, we all go together. We're going to eat somewhere or something. You know, people are kind of like, what are you guys doing? Like, here you guys go. You can sit over here on this side, and you go in the back, you know, like that type of shit. But it's funny because when I walk up, we're all, like, together and everything. And then they're like, oh, you know, this is my cousin, Rachel. She does comedy, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that ain't your cousin. And I'm like over there going, no, she's not. No. But I do love being a proud white woman. I identify as a white woman. I know, man. I can identify as whatever I want. Everybody else doing it. Shit. Right? You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. And that's where I get confused. I'm like, one time, it's just, well, I try to use the white girl card. I try to get out of a speeding ticket. And then I had to switch it up real quick. You know, I had to be like, I'm native. I'm super native. And I'll give you an Indian name if you just let me go. And that guy was for real. He was cop. He was like, oh, okay, I'll take an Indian name. I'm like, what? So I had to make some shit up. But anyways, on my white side, my mom told me, she was like, you're German. I was like, damn. You know, nobody really wants to be German. You know, that's just like a German Nazi. And I was like, what kind of, you know, this don't look like I should be saying that I'm a German. But I am. My great-grandfather, full-blooded, card-carrying German. And he had a badass name. His last name was Derschweiler. I just made that up. No. No, I'm being serious. His name was Derschweiler, and he was a bad dude, you know. Comes over, sees his little Indian girl. He's like, I like you. Or however they talk, you know. I like you. And she was like, I knew, you know, because she didn't speak English either. But they had a bunch of kids together. And, you know, she was telling me, or not telling me, fuck. I wish. No, she would tell my grandmother, you know, I was with this German man and he loved me and I loved him. We had a bunch of kids. So fast forwarding, I'm like, well, how did we become German and English, because she'd always be like, you're English too. And I'm like, how, because that's two separate things. And she's like, well, our family was royal tutors to the royal family. I was like, everything's royal, huh? Yeah, royal tutors, huh? I feel like I should have some kind of, statue or something. But anyways, and I was like, so what happened? Why are we here? How did we get here? She was like, well, in the middle of the night, they had to leave England. And I was like, why? She was like, well, they said that your great-great-grandmother was sucking dick for the King of England. And I was like, I wasn't even shamed out. I was like, that's a bad bitch. She is keen. She's got royal dick in her mouth. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, damn, that was probably in the 1800s. So like, that poor woman. God bless her. Everybody take a cheers to that woman. She sucked royal dick so I can be here. And I said, so, I was like, I felt like I was really having big shoes to fill. And so I had to, step up the repertoire. I had to make sure everybody was like, that was, Emily's great-great-granddaughter. And so fast forward to now, I met this guy. I love him because I'm a stage 5 clinger. And and so I was sucking his neck. No, I'm teasing. Not on the first night. But I was like, okay, I seen him and I was like really trying to court him and I liked him and everything. And then I was like, trying to play basketball and he was like getting real rough with me. And so he knocked me down and I hit my head. And he came up and he was like, I realized that I was stalking him on Facebook and everywhere else. And I was like, I love you. So here he is. I see him again, and it's at court because he was filing a protective order on me, which I know he loves me now. He loves me. We're going to get married. Yay. Anyways, no. So he's like, how's your head? And I was like, I haven't had any complaints yet. Thank you, guys. That was my time. Thank you for the therapy session. Give it up for Jared.
Keep it going for Rachel Rose. I have some notes about your set. Just some, a few notes. You mentioned super native. Oh yeah. Yeah. Does that mean you get a cape of smallpox?
No, that means we get fucking land.
Oh, okay.
We get some of our land back, but it's got to be on casinos.
You're talking about your grandmother, right? And I'm not gonna say she's a whore, but I mean that Trail of Tears was dragging her pussy. Fuck.
I got a Trail of Tears for you, Jared.
Yeah.
Right in the back. No.
Yeah. No. I'm actually a Trail of Queers. I'm available on Grindr now. Give it one more time for Rachel Rose, everybody. 2 months into my podcasting journey, this man gave me a recommendation, and I had Josh Wolf and his son on my couch, and I got to produce an episode of their podcast just because he said I had the best podcast studio in town. And I'm always going to be grateful for this man because he's given me opportunity after opportunity, and man, he's just always been a swell guy, just been a great, friend in my corner. And also, he's one of the funniest motherfuckers in Tulsa. Please give it up for the one, the only, Zach Amon.
Going for Jared for putting this show on. Very nice things to say, and I hope you guys stick with me after this. Who knows? You might actually be like, that guy sucks. But no, good to be here. Thank you. Give it up for all the comics you saw this evening. Let them hear it. Yeah, they're all up here. Before I came up here, I realized, this is a very diverse show. We have, the 2 white guys, got a black guy, native girl, and I'm Asian, so that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. I get confused for native a lot, though. I get confused for either native or Mexican, and thank God I'm neither. But yeah, no, it's good to be here at the Go. Give it up for Go Theater for having this. This is great. Be sure to take care of your bartender, Christina, out there. Make sure to, give it up for her for serving y'all. And I mean, everybody's been serving, but, she's been making it. So make sure to tip well. Tip very well. They need the money. They need it, so tip well. I got... Anybody here hate traffic? Yeah, I hate traffic. I got stuck in it. I hit every red light on the way here. Like, that's the worst. Like, I'd rather watch my dad blow a lady than ever, like, hit red lights. Like, I'm a pretty patient guy in general, but, like, in traffic, that patience is very thin. Very thin. Like the blue line. It's thin. Like, it's bad. Like, this lady went to make a turn, and she didn't turn on her turn signal until she was, like, already through the turn. So I followed her down this residential neighborhood, and I got up next to her, and I rolled down my window, and she rolled down hers and was like, what? And I was like, I hope your kid gets butt cancer. Like, I just yelled that at her. And I was like, and I hope as they lay there dying, they look at you, and they go, Mom, I just saw Jesus, and he said if you'd used your turn signal correctly, I wouldn't be dying of butt cancer. I yelled that at this lady as I'm driving down a neighborhood. I hit a kid on a bike. I don't care. I needed to get this point across. Like, I've seriously gotten to a point where I'm like, if you can't drive the speed limit on the highway, your whole family deserves to be sterilized. Like, all of you. Like, let's just get rid of your weak ass, can't get up to the speed limit bloodline and be done with it. I'm tired of it. Like, I really, truly believe that we need to, like, everybody needs to retake their driver's test every 10 years. Every 10 years, everyone needs to retake their driver's test. And in Oklahoma, if you based it on merging and four-way stops, nobody would drive in this state. Nobody. We'd all be riding bikes. We'd be the skinniest state in the nation. And I say that as somebody who doesn't understand four-way stops. I get merging on a highway, but I'm definitely someone that's like, no, go ahead. Come on. You have to, come on. No, you go ahead. Meanwhile, 30 cars are lining up behind me, and I'm like, I'm just trying to turn right. Like, it's, it's a bad situation. Jared was doing roast jokes tonight, and I was waiting for him to roast me. And then he said all those nice things, and now I'm like, well, fuck, I wrote all these roasts. Gotcha. And now I can't. I'll do it anyway. Give it up for our DJ Chips and Diplo over here. It's great. A little topical humor for you. The Epstein list has been coming out. That's been pretty interesting, seeing all this stuff that... the Epstein list came out, and Shia LaBeouf decided to become a Catholic deacon. I'm like... That's a little on the nose, Shia. Going from that career to that career. That's like if Armie Hammer, alleged cannibal, was like, I'm done with acting, I'm going to become a mortician. You're like, what? What are we doing here? But yeah, the Epstein thing. The big thing of the Epstein thing is that, like, the Stephen Hawking went to that island. Stephen Hawking, the guy that's been in a wheelchair your whole life, like that guy. Like, I always thought Stephen Hawking was kind of a nerd, but who knew he was so fucking cool? Like, that's crazy, And say what you will about the whole situation, but you got to give it up for Jeffrey Epstein for making that island handicap accessible. That's pretty... He's only thinking of the little guy. Like, you got to give it up for him. And, like, the rumor is that what Stephen was into on that island was watching, like, tall impaired people solve complex equations on a board. And he'd just watch them. And I think that is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because, like, imagine that. You're watching two tall, impaired people trying to solve, like, some kind of equation, and he's over there, like, wrong. Like, that is... Like, imagine, like, having to be on... Like, imagine you're, like, one of the people on that island, and you're, like, the sex island manager walks in, and they're like, all right, you are on Bill Clinton duty. And they're like, oh, God, I don't want to be on Clinton duty. He always makes a mess. And then, like, they look at the next girl, and they're like, you are on Tom Hanks duty. And she's like, I don't want to watch Philadelphia again. He always wants to watch Philadelphia for some reason. And then the last girl, they're like, you're on Hawking duty. And they're like, I fucking hate math. I don't want to do this. I'd rather fuck him than have to solve an equation, It's crazy. So, yeah, it's good to be here. Fun to be here. We'll go into it. I've recently discovered cocaine, and if you've never done cocaine, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I personally think that if cocaine became legal, coffee would go out of business. Like, all of coffee would be gone. Like, you'd go to Starbucks, it'd become Starbumps. Scooters would become Snooters. 7 Brews would become 8 Balls. You'd go in and be like, let me get that flat white. Gives a whole new meaning to Colombian. You get it. And I'm a lame person to do drugs with. I'm very lame. When you see people do cocaine in like movies and television, they're having a great time, they're partying, they're out for a night on the town. I just sit in my garage and watch TikTok for 6 hours. Like, that's all I do. I had a buddy come over the other day and he was like, dude, let's do some cocaine. I'm like, all right, cool. You want to watch dogs get groomed? And he was like, why would I want to watch that? And I was like, don't you think it's interesting that these old guys want to fuck these dogs? Like, it's so crazy. Like, it's just such an insane thing to think about. I've been having a lot of people be like, man, you've lost a lot of weight lately. And I'm like, yeah, I've developed the coke habit. It's like I'm intermittent fasting, but not by choice, So if you want to lose weight, here you go. Holidays happened. I had during the holidays, my cousin stayed the night with me. And my cousin, he's like 13, very impressionable age. And he was sleeping in the living room and he had the TV on. And when I walked out there, he was like watching Fox News. And then he had a video of Andrew Tate playing on his iPhone. And I saw both of that. And I was like, dude, I would much rather catch you watching porn. Like, I was like, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put porn on for you. We're going to, like, he's a weirdly conservative kid. Like, it was kind of fun. So, like, he has, like, his family, they have, like, French bulldogs. And we were outside, like, watching these dogs. And he's, like, looking at these dogs with, like, this face. And I'm like, dude, what's the matter with you? And he's like, these things, they used to be wolves, man. They used to be wolves. It's bullshit what they are now. And I was like, dude, we used to hunt. Like, we literally had a person DoorDash our food tonight. We had someone else go hunt for our food tonight. We are the French bulldogs of men. I'm like, you notice we are both struggling breathing right now, and we haven't done anything. It's crazy. I don't have any kids, though. I know I look like a dad. I have a dad look, but I prefer to be a daddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, know what I'm saying? But I don't have kids. I like dogs. Personally, I think dogs are better than kids. I really do. I think they're loyal. They love you no matter what. They're always happy to see you. They'll never kill you. They'll never betray you. They'll never like take your money. They don't live as long. That's pretty cool. And kids won't lick peanut butter off your balls willingly. Like that's, Yeah. Yeah. I don't want kids. I don't want kids. A majority of why I really don't want kids is because I know I'd be a really good dad, and I don't want to take that away from the rest of you. I would be the type of dad that, like, your kid comes home from my house, and you'd be like, how's Mr. Amon? She's like, did you know Mr. Amon had, like, an 80-inch television? And you'd be like, well, fuck him. Why don't you go live with Mr. Amon? And I would accept your child into my home because I would be a good dad, and I'd raise him better than you ever could. That's not a challenge. Please don't send your kid to me because, like I said, I don't want them. I like dogs. But if I were to have a kid, I would like to have a kid with a black woman. Anybody who likes black people here? Yeah, yeah, okay, good. I've been to a couple cities where it's very quiet on that question. I'm like, ooh, okay, we are in McAllister, crazy. But I would like to have kids with a black woman. I like black. Nicki Minaj changed my whole life, man. Like, the Super Bass video was like the first non-pornographic thing I ever jerked off to. Like, right after I was like, yeah, Black Lives do matter. Like, I was way before, like, I was way ahead of my time. Like, that wasn't even a thought yet, and whenever that video came out, however long ago, sir, you would know. But yeah, I would like to, because I mean, for me, personally, I think black people are the coolest. I think they are the coolest group of people. They are always the forefront of cool. And like, I'm Japanese. Like, we're the smartest of all time. Not me, but like, as a whole. I grew up here. But like, I think the two that combined is like, that's a pretty like awesome. That's like a warrior right there. That's pretty sweet. It's like we're making the PlayStations and stealing them too. Like, that's awesome. All right, I'll take that. I realized I don't want to live in a place with the potential of bears being in the backyard. That sounds terrifying. Like, if I walked outside and I saw bears, I'd be like, guys, I know it's Pride Month, but the parade's that way. Like, come on, get out of here. It's a little one. I was trying it out. I slept hard last night. Anybody else sleep hard? You know, I slept hard, and that's the last time I leave the Viagra by the Ambien, right? That's a little one. That's stupid. I'm a millennial. Yeah, all right. Millennials are not scared of death. We are not at all perturbed by the thought of death. You know, if the news came out and was like, the world is ending tomorrow, we'd be like, all right, what time? Do I have to go to work? You know, I don't want to go in today if the world's going to end. You know, have you ever tried to cross the street with one of us? We're taught our whole lives to look both ways, and now we're just like, I'm looking straight down. Like, I'm not, hit me, I have debt, please. Like, you know, I'm almost egging it on at this point. Like, we are not scared of death at all. Like, is it going to be before the first of the month? Because I don't want to pay rent, personally, you know. I have a lot of friends, we talk about the apocalypse, and I have a lot of friends that are like big, you know, they're like, I have a go bag ready to go for like any type of apocalypse. And they'd be like, Zach, what's in your go bag? I'm like, my go bag would just have a gun with one bullet. Like, that's all it is. Like, that would be it. Because I would not survive the apocalypse. Like, I'm not eating canned anything. Like, that's not happening. Like, if it's the zombie apocalypse, I would rather get bit and become a zombie so that I could eat you and still get meat in my system. Because, like, I'll be damned if I'm going to become a vegan, you know? Like, no way. I can't do it. But, yeah. I used to have really long hair. I was going for the mermaid titty hair. That's what I was going for. That was the goal. And then I started to get confused for a woman a lot. I started getting confused for a woman a lot, so I cut my hair off. And not because of my fragility as a man, but because of my ego as a woman. I was starting to get a little too confident. I was like, you bitches don't know what's happening. Like, I was listening to a lot of Cardi B. I'm like, I'm gonna pop my pussy all around this city. Like, you have no idea. But like, you know, when you have long hair, you realize, like, I had a lot of friends that would always like get upset when they'd see a woman like shave her head. They're like, why would you do that? It looks so bad. And I'm like, well, you've never had long hair. I'm like, you don't understand. There's a weird struggle to having long hair. You know, it's like when you wake up in the morning and it's like on your face and you think you're just eating a dog. Like, you're like, what is this? Like, get this out of here, you know? Like, you're walking through the house and you're like, is that a mouse over there? But it's just your hair congealed into a corner. It's like, you know, you end up you're taking a shower and you end with a bath. Like, it's crazy. Like, have you ever had to pull a hair out of your ass? Like, that is such an uncomfortable feeling. Yeah, that is like, that or when it's like in your shirt and you're like, where the fuck? You just feel it tickling you and you're like, where is that fucking, and then when you finally find it, you're like, yes. You cry. I would always cry. I'd be like, I did it. This is the one thing, you know, because I grew my hair out because it was the one thing in my life I could control at the time. So it's like, you know, you gotta, yeah. People with long hair get it. Yeah. Marcus, you wouldn't. Marcus is a comic. He's back there. He's bald. He's got a sick beard though. He's a good dude. You know, everybody got all up in arms about the you know, the Little Mermaid. They made the Little Mermaid black, and it made me think about you know, things. And I'm like, do you think people back in like Shakespeare's time got pissed when all the lady parts started to be played by actual women? You know? Like, do you think someone was like, wait a minute, Ophelia's an actual woman? How am I supposed to relate to an actual woman? You know? I want it to be Phil. I miss Phil. Put Phil back in the lady role. I just think that's so funny. It's a funny thought. You guys ever hear sex? Like, you ever been in like I was at a party one time, and I couch, and the people's house that I was staying at, I think they kind of forgot that I was sleeping on the couch. And we're in like a trailer. So it's like, you know, you can hear everything. And like I'm on the couch, you know, this is like when I first like really started drinking, you know, so I didn't know what drunk was, but I was like, I don't feel right. And you know, I hear them go into the room, and they don't shut the door, because, like I said, I don't think they knew I was there. And they start having sex, and it's loud, like immediately loud, like very loud. This girl is super loud. And it was hard for me because my buddy was also loud and like was like, oh yeah, like making sounds. And like I'm trying not to like laugh, I'm trying not to like I'm trying to stifle myself. And like it doesn't last very long. And I hear it end and my friend immediately starts snoring and I was like, nice, all right, he's just out. And I hear the girl get up and she goes to the bathroom and again doesn't shut the door. Nobody shuts doors, I guess, anymore. And she starts to use the bathroom. She pees, she's going pee. And women pee loud. Like I don't know if a lot of people know that, but like women kind of pee a little loud. And it's middle of the night. It's a toilet bowl. She farts, and a fart in a toilet bowl is loud. Yeah. And at this point, I am biting the couch, trying not to laugh. Like I am literally like trying my hardest not to laugh at this. And, everybody goes to sleep. I wake up the next morning before they do. And I'm going to meet a bunch of the guys that were at the party the night before for breakfast. And, and I walked in and I looked like I was carrying a dark secret. Like, I didn't want to, like, tell my friends this story, because, they're my friends, and it's like, I feel like that's an invasion of their privacy, but, like, I walked in looking like I kissed a boy in a closet. Like, I'm just like, hey, guys, what's going on? And they're like, something's wrong with you. And I'm like, oh, God, I caught our friends fucking, like, this is a crazy story. And, like, when I think back on that story sometimes, I think about just, like, how much I came listening to them have sex. It was nuts. Like, it was a lot of nuts. Like, I realized, I don't have to see it visually. I just have to hear sex, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting off. Like, so now I'm really into ASMR. I don't know about you guys. It is true, yeah. He gets it, yeah. We're gonna get in my car later and just play porn and not watch it. We're just gonna listen to it. I got a sick bass. It's gonna be nice. They're gonna be like, what the hell is that slurping sound? All right, before I get out of here, I'll tell you guys this little ditty about Jack and Diane. Give it up one more time for Jared over here. Looking like Swedish fish house mafia. One more, not as good. LMFAT. Okay. So before I get out of here, this is I don't write a lot of jokes about local things because I don't care. But this is a joke that I have appreciated. You guys know 103.3 The Eagle, Tulsa's only classic rock station? Yeah? So I love this radio station. I love classic rock. And every once in a while they'll do this thing on this station called Rock Blocks, where they'll pick a band and they'll play 3 songs in a row from this band, right? And the other day I'm listening to 103.3 The Eagle, Tulsa's only classic rock station, and they're like, we have a Beatles rock block for you. We're going to play a Beatles rock block. And I'm like, awesome. I like the Beatles. Anybody like the Beatles here? Yeah? Sarah, you probably saw him live. He was at Dodger Stadium. So I'm like, all right, sweet, Beatles rock block, awesome. And the first song they play is Imagine by John Lennon, which, not a Beatles song. No, yeah. Now, John Lennon was a Beatle. He's dead. John Lennon died. Spoiler alert. It happens in season 5. John Lennon died. So I was like, I'll let it slide because he was a Beatle, whatever. Imagine it is what it is. And so the next song comes on, and what is it? It's Live and Let Die. Yeah, by Wings. Again, not a Beatles song. That is a Beatle. It's McCartney. He is alive. Spoiler alert. But that's not a Beatles song. So now I'm a little pissed. Like, I'm about to, like, look up 103.3 The Eagle, Tulsa's only classic rock station's number. And I'm about to, like, call and complain. And the last song they play is Come Together. Like, finally, a fucking Beatles song. But it was goddamn Aerosmith's version. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for the comics. Give it up for Go. Have a great night. Get home safely. My name is Zach Amon. Love you.
Oh, Zach, you did great, man.
Thank you.
Dude, awesome. I love it, dude. Thank you so much for a great set
thanks for
tonight.
having
Tonight. I love that you brought up your Japanese heritage. My favorite joke for you that I've ever written is I'm glad that you didn't bomb up here. Oh, I mean in kamikaze. Yeah, that's a Japanese joke. Fuck it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, fuck it. I do love that, like, I have been divorced twice. I have 2 kids, but you're the one that looks like a divorced dad.
I know, right?
Yeah. What the fuck is that? Is it just genetics?
I have no idea. I like to look like I'm put together, but in reality, I'm a degenerate. Right, sir?
Yeah.
I'm a degenerate. Yeah.
I am a big Beatles fan. I actually have Beatles lyrics tattooed on my wrist.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
gay. That's super gay.
It makes hand jobs really awkward.
You're like yesterday.
Yeah. I just hope we can come together.
Yeah, I was just saying. I said yesterday. I was like, fuck, it should have been come together.
Yeah!
Damn it.
Well, Zach, you killed it tonight. Stay up here. Can I have all the comics come up for the night?
Give it up for Jared one more time for hosting this, putting it together, and his podcast doing a live hello to the internet.
Yeah, we're online right now, guys. If you can, please subscribe to Unloading Meat's YouTube channel, guys. I really
can't
appreciate
wait for
it.
my parents to see the cocaine joke.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great.
Oh, I'll edit it. I'll make sure it's front page.
Just cocaine in front of my face.
Cocaine.
It's not true, parents and people on the internet.
I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for being up here and being a part of this first one for 2024. It's been an awesome experience. Everybody have fun tonight? Thank you guys for coming here, and thank you guys so much.
Bye, have a great time.